The British government has just announced a string of tax increases and tighter public spending as the country struggles to get inflation under control. The Chancellor said, in part, it was all about restoring the UK's fiscal reputation that was, in his opinion, damaged by the former Prime Minister Liz Truss. So Jeremy Hunt has outlined £55 billion. This plan, that's what it's worth. Almost half of it is from tax rises to fix public finances. This, as the UK is looking down the barrel of a deep and prolonged recession.
The steps taken by the Chancellor today
are we all going to be poorer?
Will mean economic pain.
Is this austerity 2.0?
For almost all of us. The weather befitting the mood. A Chancellor who knows he's facing a storm. Cheers as he entered the Commons, but the outlook anything but cheery. The country now officially in recession and people set to feel it.
Today, we deliver a plan to tackle the cost of living crisis and rebuild our economy. But it means taking difficult decisions. Anyone who says there are easy answers is not being straight with the British people.
This Chancellor being straight about the need to restore public finances and calm the markets with a £55 billion package of tax rises and spending cuts.
We want low taxes and sound money, but Conservatives know sound money has to come first.
So tax rises for the richest.
The first difficult decision I take on tax is to reduce the threshold at which the 45p rate becomes payable from £150,000 to £125,140.
And freezing tax thresholds across the board to raise revenue.
I'm maintaining at current levels the income tax personal allowance, higher rate threshold, main national insurance thresholds and the inheritance tax thresholds for a further 2 years.
The country's tax burden set to be the highest since the Second World War. £25 billion in tax rises, even more in spending cuts, forcing departments to make efficiencies.
We do have to take difficult decisions on public finances. So we're going to grow public spending, but we're going to grow it more slowly than the growth in the economy.
Windfall taxes too for energy companies as the Tory Chancellor took on Labour policy.
I've decided that from January the 1st until March 28, we will increase the energy profits levy from 25% to 35%.
Britain's now facing its highest levels of taxation since the Second World War, as the Chancellor turns Trussonomics and all its tax cuts on its head in a bid to restore Britain's economic credibility. But it brings with it economic pain. Households are now facing the steepest fall in living standards in over 6 decades. It's going to be very grim for the government, but the next couple of years are going to be even grimmer for all of us.
What's your name?
This a government and a Chancellor keen to learn the lessons of their predecessors.
Is that all right?
But while some, like this school in South London, might feel all right, the majority will not. A long recession looming and living standards set to fall. This is going to hurt.